In addition to being in an unexpectedly distant region, Sedna also takes a wildly elliptical orbit through the solar system. The mystery is, there's nothing anywhere near Sedna that could account for an orbit that distant and that extreme.
The place where it is now, nothing ever affects it. It doesn't come close to any planets. There are no stars that ever come close to it.
So what forced Sedna into its unique orbit? And in theory, could the Death Star Nemesis have played a role? For Brown, the bounce of a trampoline offers a way to understand how Sedna ended up in an orbit that remains a head-scratcher for astronomers.
I have behind me a measuring stick that gives how high I'm going to bounce in 2-foot intervals you see here. And what that bounce is supposed to represent is how far away from the sun I am in my orbit. In a normal planetary orbit, in a circular planetary orbit, the planet circles around the sun, always staying the same distance from the sun. And that's sort of like me staying on a trampoline, always the same distance from the floor. Other sorts of orbits can be, instead of going in a circular orbit, you can go in an elliptical orbit around the sun. You move away from the sun, you come back towards the sun, and so you'll be moving further away, getting closer, and that would be starting to jump up and down on the trampoline.
Like gravity keeping us in orbit, when we reach the apex on the trampoline, gravity will pull us back down.
So as long as nothing happens to me, I stay in this orbit forever, jumping up and down, always to the same height.
But something unusual afflicted Sedna. It brushed up against a mysterious force that shoved it into a region where no planetary body should exist. Some suspect that force was Nemesis. And if the sun's evil twin is out there, scientists can tell exactly when we'll see the terrifying signs of its return.